Alright, welcome to Mr. Unicorn's Cafe, and today we're taking a double or maybe triple or maybe quadruple, if you please, shot of espresso, because we're talking about stress, what to do with it, how to manage it, and what I learned from it. Few disclaimer. So one and most important is this video is not to promote self-victimization or maybe a game of blame or something like that. Any of those disempowering trends. Okay, it's quite an opposite thing. Second disclaimer: I'm not a medical physician or expert in that manner. I just a person who actually suffered quite bad from failing to manage my stress, most important because I failed to acknowledge it. And the third disclaimer, probably the third disclaimer is if the things which I will say here, I would have implement and I would have implement systematically in my life, I would really prevent my younger self from some really bad shit. All right, let's dive in. So, when it comes to the talk about stress, is still somewhat a fresh thing, somewhat new, and people nowadays throw this word quite easily around, but things like distinction between physical stress, emotional stress, psychological stress, stress caused by environment, for instance, pollution, radiation, or maybe stress caused by some catastrophic events. It's still not that well discussed, honestly, on the broader level, and also, I was about to say moderate stress, but more accurately would be stress to some degree with some supporting factors is actually beneficial for you. What do I mean by it? Let's take physical stress, yes? I mean, if person is overworked doing physical labor, manual labor, for many hours, many days in a row, is of course hindering one's health. Either physical, for instance, person get exhausted and such. It disturbs one's maybe sleeping pattern and causes muscle pains and such. And also it affects psychological health. Person gets irritated and maybe less attentive to the stuff. Person needs to be attentive, yes, but physical stress in in the form, for instance, of exercise. Even when you go lift some heavy weights, if you do that, properly, yes, if you combine that with proper diet, proper rest cycle, proper sleep schedule, and other activities, that kind of physical stress is very beneficial. I mean, it grants you great physique and great physical health in the long run. Yes. Also psychological stress. Well, in some cases it's very detrimental. In other cases, for instance, if you are entering into a new activity or participating in the activity which is very important, has high value for you, you should be, more alert. You should be stressed in some sense. You should feel different when, when you chill in your bed. Yes. And even emotional stress. I mean, prolonged one and without support system is definitely detrimental. Even according to official studies, it fucks your immunity up and even negatively may impact your, mental health, But emotional stress from, for instance, mother who tends to her child, it's perhaps necessary. So when I will talk about stress in this video, I mostly mean stress and living on all those stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol even for a long time and without support system. Like, honestly, nearly everything in your life can be turned into something beneficial and something detrimental. Between us two, even positivity, it can be